in with the rich middle class, upper class. I know it's horrible to say, but you know, like, oh, Daddy, can you buy me the Attack on Titan? Like,
Well,
all right,
that must be who they're aiming towards. It must be.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's like it was irritating me over Christmas when Anime Limited had that Christmas sale and I bought, like I said, I think last time, Kill
Mm,
la Kill for
Yeah,
like
yeah.
40 no, like 37 quid I think at Comic Con, and then over Christmas like, hey, it's like 20 quid. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
mm,
It's
Yeah, no,
like, I mean, it probably wasn't that
I mean,
cheap, but
I picked that
that
one up. It
irritated
was
me.
27, I think.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty good price. But I pre-ordered parts.
Yeah,
I
yeah, it really
pre-ordered
is.
parts 2 and 3 the other day because Amazon had them on for I think 37 quid each. So I was like, it's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
decent.
I was gonna pre-order it, and then obviously the whole thing with the Gurren Lagann thing, where they're not printing the replacement digipacks anymore. So it
Yeah,
was like, do you want the standard edition on Blu-ray for free? Like that's like worth 40 quid, or do you want a 30 quid gift voucher for our store? And I was like, I'll have the 30 quid gift voucher, please, because like that'll go
yeah,
towards Kill la Kill. So it isn't too bad. I'm kind of getting a decent thing out of it, but it's still annoying. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just like shouldn't just shouldn't have these problems in the first place. It's like the whole thing with Durarara as well. It's like surely it would pay them to put a little bit more effort in to the actual the the making
mm.
of it than when it comes out. Like just be a hell of a lot more
They
Yeah.
have
careful when it
organizational
comes
problems. I
out.
mean, have you seen how every single Kickstarter message that you receive now starts with a "Sorry, it's been so long," or "Whoops,
Yeah,
I forgot to do this," and it's just like, oh, come on, you're dealing with big amounts of money. People at the lower level
yeah.
of like distribution, like someone who's selling cupcakes wouldn't make these kind of mistakes because the business
I
depends
know.
on it.
Look at the guy who did the potato salad Kickstarter. He turned that into a massive. He made that much money. I'm not joking. He made that much money. He was constantly updating people. He then did this massive. He like pretty much threw this giant party where he got bands to play and everything. Like he set it
Jesus.
up so just people could who backed it could just turn up and just have a party. They made like loads of potato salad and like it was a big event. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like that's how Kickstarter should be
Oh
run.
well,
Like even though it was a jerk
yeah,
one,
yeah.
do you know what I
He
mean? It's
actually done
like
it
he
properly.
kind of
Yeah.
yeah he did. He really did.
I mean, I've been wondering
But,
me because in 2 months I'm launching my own Kickstarter, and I'm
yeah, yeah. I'm
wondering if
curious
Andy's
about
going
that
to be the
actually.
first to put some money down. That's a spoiler for a
Yeah, I'm
future tweet, by
curious
the way.
about
With a cheesy grin photo and everything.
that.
Yeah, I must admit though, it is a daunting thing. I mean, like I don't go to sleep until 2 every night now thinking about it. It's like it's really,
Jesus.
yeah. It's the thing is though, I think
Jeez.
that's the way it should be. I mean, when you're asking people to help you get something made, you have to make sure you do the best job possible, and reassuring
Yeah, yeah.
people. I mean, not everybody has like money to spare. Maybe people on these Kickstarters, that's their like entertainment fund for like, the entire month.
Yeah.
Or maybe longer. Like I know certainly for me about a year ago, backing some of these projects, like, that were quite a sizable
Yeah, I
amount.
went a bit mad. Yeah. I went a bit mad on like Kickstarters. It's like I backed the Wakfu one
Oh yeah, is that the French
and
anime?
that
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was a pretty good like the whole Kickstarter was a pretty good deal.
I
Like
just missed
I
that. I
pledged
was good
55.
because I like the idea of
Yeah.
because that's the one of the rare examples of anime out of Japan actually doing well.
Yeah. And like I pledged $55, which was roughly about
Mm.
30 quid. And you got quite a lot with it, and they have gone months without like keeping people up to date. Or if it was literally
Uh,
them just saying, "Oh well, we're going to this event. Come see us." That was literally some of the updates, and people are getting like to me. I'm like, well, if it that's I understand if we don't get anything out of a Kickstarter, that's totally like my own fault. You know what I mean? Like I should have been more careful, but at the same time, it's like 30 quid, like, yeah, sure, if I get something out of this, then it's going to be awesome. It's like they just did another update recently. It's like, yeah, we're going to start shipping them at the end of, like, March, so that's pretty good, because, like, that seems to be a pretty decent one. Like, when they was actually doing the whole, when it first started, and, like, up until about 2 or 3 months after it finished, they was keeping you updated quite a lot. But then, obviously, it gets to the point where they are waiting on, like, information from the people who are like printing the discs and stuff like that, and like you can
It's a weird one with like things that exist already, because I'm actually quite opposed to you know, like how Anime Limited, this company, game companies as well, how they present something and say, oh, you know, we're gonna get this made, but it's already something that exists. You know, you're just basically putting it on a disc for more people. Or, you know, like, what's a good example? Like when you see comics that get reprinted, like, oh, we're gonna reprint it. It's like, whoa, you know, I'm not here to pay for your bills, you know, to get something produced. I'm here for you to create something original that wouldn't get created otherwise. You know, but a lot of places.
Yeah, I think I've backed quite a few actually. Like the first one I backed was Yuya. I got the Yuya. That was a friggin'
The what? Sorry.
But the Ouya.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you back that?
Yeah, so I backed that. So I've got an Ouya, which we are pretty much like, we're probably going to end up using it because it's actually a pretty good emulation machine. So we're probably going to use that for like video games and stuff like that. And then I backed the Goon movie.
The Goon movie.
And got some like free. Yeah, it's a.
All right. Oh
and
shit! I think I've heard of that.
I got some like. Yeah, apparently it's quite good, and I backed it like $10, and I got a couple of like volumes of the comic, and I haven't read them yet. But yeah, and then obviously Shovel Knight, and then Chasm. That's pretty good. And Sea Wars, pretty much games, and then Anamanaguchi, a band, they did one as well, like for the new album. So like I backed that, and they actually was giving away some really cool stuff. Like one of the things was they was gonna put the soundtrack on a NES cartridge.
Yes.
And apparently it cost them like that was a pretty high up, you know, like tier that you could back because it cost them a lot to do. But that was like stuff like that, and like you could play it on an NES. Like I think things like that are pretty awesome. And then obviously there was Time of Eve movie, and
I missed that.
And so
I missed that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I need to watch.
I didn't even watch Patema. Yeah, I don't even like touching case. Feel violated.
No, actually, yeah. I wanted to watch it, and then it took that long to come out. It's like, oh, well, it's gonna, because it was supposed to come out last September, wasn't it?
I mean, I'm still waiting on May, just for record.
Yes, got a message on the 27th, but that was supposed to come out last November as well. But we are live now, by the way, guys.
We're complaining on air.
Yep, about mainly on bless.
I try not to. I genuinely do. I do, honestly. I make it my mission not to mention them, but
you can't help it. You really
that
can't.
Naruto and grappling.
When you talk about the industry, you can't help. Like, yeah, sure, they do some pretty awesome stuff for the industry over here, but at the same time, like, they could do with taking a little bit more time on stuff and not promising stuff when they can't bring it out just yet.
They're a fast car, like advertised for long distance driving. It just don't work.
It's a pretty good metaphor. Right?
I know. I actually made that up as I was going along. I'll have you know. Like, where am I going with this? What am I saying? We'll see. Right, cool. Then I'll tweet out the link and see if we can offend some people. Like the awkward starts at video where you just hear loads of keyboards.
Yeah, just typing it all out. I've just shared it on stuff as well.
I'll ninja your link off the
On Twitter as well. Boom. It's a bit quiet right now.
There we go. Awesome.
Mm.
Bloody hell, you got yourself a little graphic as well.
Look,
Yeah,
that
more.
the
Yeah.
thumbnail. Yeah, I've already set the thumbnail up. Like I thought Josh was gonna do it this week, and I was like, we're gonna watch like Gundam, and he's like, oh, I can't be arsed. And I was like, oh, for Christ's sake, man.
The
Like,
hard sell.
and then, yeah, and then, like, cause you see next to your
Yeah.
picture,
Yeah.
there's like a square. It's like a perfect square. That's where his thumbnail goes, but his bloody. He couldn't be asked, but he said he'll probably do the Kuroko Basket one next week on Thursday, so we'll have 4 people for that. I'm gonna throw these in. I've got some sweets on my desk. I'm gonna throw them in the bin. They've been open there for about 3 weeks now. But yeah, so I guess we'll get started.
Yep, sorry about that. Just sending out the message.
It's alright.
Okay, cool. Let's get started then. So, this week we are talking about Gundam the Origin. I guess it's kind of a starting point for people who've never watched Gundam before. You know, they're going back to the start. And they spent a ton of money on like the animation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can really tell it's like it looks like it's like a film production. That's how much money they've
I guess
spent
it's
on it.
comparable to Hellsing Ultimate
really
in
does.
some ways.
Yeah. Well, I assume that's what they're going for with this anime, because like what was it like? Wasn't it like 2 years or 3 or 4 years between like a Hellsing Ultimate episode? Like I can remember my friend. That was one of the animes that got my friend into watching anime. And he was like, he watched it all the way up to like episode like 7 or something like that, and he was like, "When's episode 8 coming out?" I was like, "I can't tell you that. Like, I have no idea. Like, nobody knows." And then they announced that, "Oh yeah, we're probably not gonna do it." And then like a year later, it's like, "Oh, here's the next episode," and everyone was like,
These
"What?"
types of projects are infamous for that kind of thing. I mean, you've got Code Geass Akito that's like suffered the same. Hellsing, obviously. I'm trying to think of the other big over type things. But yeah, those are the 2 biggest examples I can think of, which have both had delays.
Yeah.
I mean, Akito's only on is it episode 2, I believe, and they've already had tons of delays.
That big with Code Geass.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the aim for Origin is to bring a new audience, you know, into Gundam, because it's gone too far for a lot of people. There's no, I mean, half of the stuff is part of the Universal timeline, which they set all of these shows on. You can't even get it in UK, I don't think. So it's very difficult to follow. But this is like a dream project for them. But I guess the natural starting point is, what did you actually think of the title overall? Did you enjoy it? Would you like to watch more of it, or do you think that were enough for you?
Well, I'll give you my analysis of it. I started off playing Monster Hunter whilst I was watching it. So after about 5 minutes of me, like, I was like halfway through fighting a monster at the time when I like started it, so that was like partially because of it. But after about 5 minutes, like after I beat the monster, like, you know, like because I paused it because I was like, I can't not concentrate on this. So I paused the anime, finished killing the monster on Monster Hunter, and then I came back to it and I put my DS down. So I was fully engrossed into it, and I actually really enjoyed it. Like, I am definitely going to be like watching the 2nd and the 3rd and however many there are going to be, because yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. It was different, I guess. Like, there weren't really that many like giant robot fights. You know, like what I was expecting it to be in space a lot, like, you know, like the beginning bit. But yeah, so I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I could say I was surprised as well. I didn't think it was going to be how it was, with a kind of like political feel, and like different families looking for power, and, you know, like that whole setting. I didn't think it was going to be like that. So when it was, I was really surprised. I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, I really want to see the next episode. Like, when the first episode finished, I was just like, oh, when is the next one coming out?
Yeah. It's not due out, is it? Well, like August or something?
Yeah, it's a long time off.
Yeah, it's a long way
That's a
off.
shame.
Yeah. But I guess that's why they're spending the time on creating them at this.
I mean, they can afford to do it, can't they, really? Because these kind of things,
Yeah.
people will wait for them. If this were like Naruto, nobody would be interested. You know, if when Naruto started, there were a massive
No,
gap
yeah.
between the things. It wouldn't have got the traction that it did get eventually and become a powerhouse. But it's
Mm.
so damn established that, I mean, they could take 3 years and people would still buy part two.
Yeah, the would. I mean, it's tad expensive for my
Yeah.
liking, but well, the physical release anyway, like in it like 60, nearly £70 or
Yeah.
Yeah,
something
I think
like that.
so. Yeah.
And I can. That's like I totally get why it's like that because it's to do like it's mainly to do with the whole industry in Japan. Like Blu-rays in Japan are crazy expensive, and like I've mentioned before, like I don't know if it was in the podcast or one of my anime manga game news episodes, but like they release them in like 2 to 3 episodes on for like 60 quid a piece. Yeah, sure you get some like postcards and usually some other little stuff and maybe an extra OVA episode or a volume of the manga or something like that. But they are really expensive, and that's kind of what they're doing here. I mean, like, I'll try and find what you get in it, because I think Anime Limited are the ones distributing it,
Oh,
aren't they,
you're
over here?
joking.
So if I get on their website...
Oh, unreal.
Well, No, they've got nothing to do with the actual production
Coming
of it,
to a
because
Kickstarter soon.
Daisuke, because you can buy it off them. So they are literally I assume they have bought copies of it
All
from
right, that's not bad
whoever's
then.
selling it, and they're selling it on. Because you can also buy it from Daisuke,
Yeah.
but I assume if you bought it from them, you'll get hit with shipping and customs.
Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, the it actually includes a decent amount of stuff. It's obviously 63 minutes long. The title 63 minutes long plus an extra 10 minutes bonus for the Blu-ray version. Then the special features include a storage box illustrated by I assume the guy who who illustrates the manga. Storyboards and setting art book, which is 296 pages, which is a considerable amount.
That's a lot.
A booklet featuring comic text, which is 32 pages. A sleeve card illustrated by Yasuhiko. A special booklet, which is 12 pages, and trailers and commercial. And then obviously they are going to be having...
Yo.
Oh,
Hello. Oh,
Jesus! I knew my bloody... I knew this was gonna be a problem. Damn Karoo! Like we're on fiber optic, there shouldn't be any problems. They can't.
I was
maybe
just
it's not
saying
my
to
router.
Jamie, it's a smear campaign by Anime Limited on the podcast.
The thing is, I don't think the stream dropped, which is
I will not
weird.
be silenced. Go on.
Like, so I don't get what's been thinking, but yeah. So yeah, like I was saying, it's for the price. I guess it's okay, but I guess it's like a film rather than just one episode of something. But it's still a lot of money. Like I would have priced it at maximum 50 quid. I think, not 70 quid. Like that extra £20 is quite a lot.
I mean, I guess these they're not even.
Oh.
Right, I think we're back. I think we are back.
Yeah, it looks like we are. Awesome. Apologies about that, everyone.
Yeah, my internet's been really bad. I have no idea. We don't know what the problem is. It's been dropping out all day, and then it was fine. I thought it was gonna be fine, and as soon as we started Karoo, we're just like, nope. F you.
I mean, where were we?
So I was talking about the price, but I kind of got over that. I can have a quick rundown. I've got the synopsis up right here if you want me to read it.
Go for it.
So yeah, the anime is set in the Universal Century 0068, Side 3, the Autonomous Republic of Munzer. So that's where it is, I guess. It's basically, they're in pods, aren't they, set away from Earth. So they're in like giant biopods, like floating in space, quite a far distance from Earth. And Zeonzum Daikun attempts to declare complete independence of Munzer from the Earth Federation government. And Daikun, however, suddenly falls to his death in the middle of a speech at Parliament. And Casfel and Artesia are his son and daughter. Obviously, they're just bereaved of their father. Must face the destinies which will be just as tumultuous. Is that a word? Tumultuous? As the very era itself. So yeah, and it's pretty much two sides of the people who were supporting Daikun, then trying to. One of them is trying to help the kids, and the one is pretty much trying to not kill them, I guess, but at the same time, yes, they are trying to kill them.
If they're out of the way, it's to their family's benefit, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think that's the
pretty much
kind of way that they're going
they
for.
gain. If the kids die, then they get the power from, they would be the ones that would be running the joint, pretty much, by the sounds of it. And that's what I grasped anyway from it.
I think we were about to get to George going through what he thought of it, weren't we? And then everything went crazy.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I did give my thought on it, but I don't know. Do you want me to redo it, or?
Yeah, I can do maybe. I don't even know. I might have to
I remember now. Actually, it's my turn, isn't it? That was what we were going on about.
Was it? Yeah,
yeah. We started going on about the price tag though, didn't we?
Yeah. I guess, I got sidetracked.
That's what we should rename the channel, just Price Wars, and just complain about being overcharged in Britain. Yeah. I wish we were in Australia. Is it Australia where they have all the crazy limited editions and nice price points?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I know that Manga UK went into business with wherever I'm pretty sure it were Australia, and
it was a company,
they were printing discs together because it's the same region code, isn't it, or the region free?
It's the same region code, so you can buy stuff from Australia and get it imported. And I don't even know if you get hit by customs.
I mean, I can't remember who it was, but someone said to me that it actually can work out cheaper. Yeah, I'm sure it was Nailish that told me about this.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh God. Oh Jesus. Well, hopefully I'll be alright when we talk about Kuroko in a week's time.
Yeah.
It should hopefully be started then. I need to ring Karu actually, because it's not under my name, so I have to get my housemate to do it, because apparently when they install fibre optic, they give you this default router, and apparently it's a piece of shit. And we have noticed it's a piece of shit because Wi-Fi is absolutely terrible. Oh Jesus, what the hell was that?
That was some new age stuff right there.
What was that?
That wasn't me. Even though it would have been a good joke.
It was like a zzz.
Oh yeah, that was my phone.
Oh right.
Someone has bitten.
Christ, that was
on my old joke. I didn't think that would get picked up on.
It sounded like one of the sound effects for Waterworld.
Yeah. Jesus. That's what friggin' vibration sounds like through a microphone, guys. So what were your thoughts, Jamie?
Well, I mean, I'm huge into mecha and politics. I just love anything political. I mean, I can watch these shows easily. Alden Zero I've picked up recently because it's got that political edge. Code Geass is by far my favourite anime, ever, and that's by the same studio.
You calm down with them buzzings.
I know. But for me, the opening episode were a little bit of a letdown because it's not actually Volume 1.
I'll turn this off. Okay. Oh,
someone's popular tonight.
Exactly, Jesus.
I'll tell you what, people crazy for the joke.
What's your eBay? I've got to look this up now. eBay. What's your name on eBay? What are you selling?
I'll post a link in the chat so if you want to look at what I'm selling.
Jesus.
There we go. That's the first paid ad we've ever had.
Boom. There's a plug right there if I had one.
But yeah, it doesn't follow follow the manga in a linear fashion. This is actually stuff from way down the line. I think we're talking like way after Volume 5, and these volumes are absolutely massive.
Yeah, you were saying before we started, yeah.
I mean, I thought that starting on this, I mean, it wasn't bad, it wasn't brilliant, I might add, but starting at this point didn't make sense for me because the first volume of the manga's just far more interesting and a good way to start off. I mean, I were genuinely looking forward to that because I'm like, okay, I've read the manga, I know what's going to happen, so this is going to be awesome. I can't wait. Everyone's going to be so surprised that, you know, we're starting off like, you know, it's like the MMA stand and bang kind of thing. You know, they're just throwing like punches at each other. It's going to be that kind of thing. But then it was kind of like, okay, we're in some kind of family war here. We've got a kid who seems to be wise beyond his years, you know, surprise, surprise. So we've got female characters that are nude for pretty much no point, and every female character seems to be a little bit washed down, and it's like, this is the kind of standard stuff that, you know, you're used to from like certain types of anime, and I thought this is a bad place to start, and I do worry that, like, it surprised me that you two have are so on board to begin with, and I have to admit that's a good thing because you'll really like the stuff that's gonna come. So, you know, that's good, but
yeah, I am really looking forward to it.
Yeah, just the starting point for me were a little bit. It was very slow, like very, very slow. You guys are used to that pace, though. I'm not. You guys watch stuff that I'm trying to think. You know the what do you call it, like moi or whatever.
Moe.
It's like like cute stuff or whatever, which to this day I still don't understand. But yeah, I mean that's like a slower pace, and I guess that your guys can you can. Like for me, I'm a bit of a junkie when it comes to action. There we've said it.
You like it to be pretty much from the get go, whereas I can usually give an anime a couple of episodes, and then if it's really not like got my attention, I'll just pretty much drop it. Unless then Josh usually keeps going for a little longer. So he will then, if I've like dropped something, he's like, no, keep watching it, and then I'll probably go back to it. It's like I'm watching Your Lie in April, and holy shit, that's pretty much this season. Well, it's last season now, I think, but that's like the one which is pretty like going for a full like something's. It's quite sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like it starts off quite happy. Yeah. It starts off really like quite happy, and then you get so far into it, and then there's like this underlying message that one of the characters, something's not right with her. You know, like she's not very well, and then like in more recent ones, it's just her like conditions getting worse and worse. So it's like and then the main character's he's already lost someone that he knows from kind of, well, it seems like the same illness. So obviously he's trying to deal with losing this girl that he really likes, and it is really sad. And it's about music, and there's a lot of awesome like freaking not orchestral, like piano and violin music in it as well. Like they're playing like Mozart and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's a really good anime. I'm enjoying it. It's on Crunchyroll right now. Which is one that I'm watching every week. I think it's on to episode 20 now, because the latest season's it's ending in like a month or so now, isn't it? Like a month, so it's gonna be April, and then we're gonna be talking about we're gonna have to just sidetracking again. We're gonna have to freaking talk about the Sarah for the End anime.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that.
So that's
obviously I read the manga, so that's a big one. What's the other? I tell you what surprised me recently. I know this is like going way off track, but World Trigger. That were a good laugh. That's a slower pace. And
are you watching the anime for that then?
Not watching the anime, but reading the manga.
Yeah, I'm reading the manga.
So enjoy that. But back onto like Gundam Origin. I guess I am disappointed with the first one, but I think by the looks of things, from what I've read, they condensed a lot of that storyline down. Specifically for this. So in the manga, it's like much more in depth, which to be
Yeah.
fair sounds like an horrific use of content. But if they've done that now and they've set up this entire storyline and that's out of the way now, then I
Yeah.
can deal with that, and I think the rest of the stuff's going to be really enjoyable. And the little bits that you did get, I mean, Char at the beginning, the dude with the silver mask.
Oh yeah.
He plays a really predominant role in like the entire Gundam universe.
All right.
And seeing him at the beginning and the battle, that was by far my favourite bit, because he's the character that's very good at combat, is very intelligent.
Yeah, it did seem like it. Yeah, when you saw that fight scene.
But he takes risks. He does things. He's a very unusual character. To say that he's been around for so long is held up as quite a mainstream anime character. For like fans of the series.
Yeah.
He is iconic, I believe. It's just he's not iconic to, like, I guess, new generation fans. It's the people that are in the, like, I'd imagine, like, they're in the 30s now.
Yeah.
That'll be well aware of him, because I can't remember which ones he's been in, but he's been in tons of them.
Right.
Spoiler, probably don't die in Origin. So, yeah, I mean, I think the future's bright for Origin. I just realised what I've said there, but never mind. But... yeah, the animation were really good. Like just little bits, like when the tears were fluttering off into distance and they felt like they were flying out of screen at you.
It's just so
madness.
clean, isn't it? That's the way I like to describe it. When it's like, you notice it with the, like I mentioned before, like with the film productions of like anime, like the animation and the art is so clean. Like, you go from watching, like you say you watch One Piece and you can tell it's a Naruto. You can pretty much tell it's rushed, like to an extent, because they need to get them out every single week. Like, so they rush them, and like you can really tell. And then you go and watch like the films, like One Piece Film Z and Naruto Blood Prison, I think was the last one that came out. Like, and the art style, well, the art. Not the art style, the art on it a hell of a lot better. Like, it's so, like, and then the fights as well, like they put so much more detail into the fights. It's just so much better. But
it's a shame, isn't it, to some degree? Because if you imagine, like, just off the top of my head, like, if with Naruto, the last arc of Naruto, this big war thing.
Yeah.
Naruto makes money. Nobody can argue against that. Whether you like it or not, it is a juggernaut of making money. And like, for the last few seasons, could they have not toyed with the idea of cutting off the storyline a little bit earlier and going with like a trilogy of films? And going out with a bang.
I think the thing that irritates me with Naruto at the minute is I haven't watched. Let me have a look. Actually, I'm quite a lot of episodes behind in Naruto, because I read the manga and I was kind of like, okay, so then I watched, obviously watching the anime every week, and I'm like, Jesus, this is really like, how many episodes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm 15 episodes behind. That's 15 weeks. Like, and by the looks of it, all the episodes that I've missed are all fillers. Like, when it gets to that point where the anime is going to finish soon, sure, they're padding it out because they can, and to earn more money, they would I'd rather them bring the episodes out every 2 weeks. If you do that, and then you don't have to rush the ending, if you know what I mean. But,
they're never going to do that, because they have like TV schedules and things like that. But Bleach, I think that in some ways that were quite a bold move, ending Bleach where they did.
I'm really glad that they've done that, because
Bleach really, like, if it had another filler arc, it would have just absolutely killed it. So it's good that they cut it off there.
So, a lot of studios would have gone ahead with the filler arc. I thoroughly believe that as well.
Which I'm really glad that happened, because like, I rag on Bleach quite a lot, like, and it's mainly just to irritate one of my friends. But like, that I enjoyed the core story of that. I'm not gonna lie, and the manga at the minute just feels like filler, even though it's not. It's it's slowly getting back to how it should be, I guess. But like, the whole thing with them stopping that anime until probably the manga's finished now, like, I totally support that, because it was just getting ridiculous. And the fillers, like, I guess it's a little bit like the Naruto fillers at this point. Like, they're not even interesting, and they're probably just... I guess the one good thing about the Bleach fillers were they went flashbacks.
Yeah.
Which is what Naruto likes to do. But
oh, they're just horrible, aren't they? When it's like, here's the first series represented, shiny.
Yeah, pretty much. But, yeah, so...
Yeah, as Nailish said, they actually stopped Fairy Tail as well. I can't remember. Like, maybe you know about this, but there were a lot of problems with some of the voice actors. I heard one of the voice actors kicked off big, apparently, for Fairy Tail, and they actually didn't get called back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. There were some controversial events surrounding one of the female voice actresses, and they never came back. So.
Well, yeah, it's like I'm. To be fair, I'm probably about 15 episodes behind on Fairy Tail as well, because I stopped watching that because that got to fillers again, and I was just like, I don't. It's painful to when you enjoy an anime or a manga that much, and then they fill it with fillers. It's painful to watch. It really is, and I don't like that because Fairy Tail and Naruto are good anime when it's the story, but the fillers is like
Bleach.
Well, yeah, I'm Bleach, but Bleach is finished right now, so it's not really much of a problem. But like, I really enjoy it. But when they're throwing annoying stories in, where it's like the Fairy Tail, the last episode that I was watching, Levi and Cancer were fight like in a game show battle against each other, and Grey was having a dance battle with friggin' Scorpio, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is just no. I don't want to watch this. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah. The most unforgivable thing, by the way, ever done in anime was in the Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods or whatever, where they had Vegeta dancing. That will go down as one of the most criminal acts in anime ever. To see your childhood hero doing a little dance. You're like, what? Like, I lifted weights to be like this dude.
But yeah, that's the problems with fillers, I guess. But so Gundam.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've nailed that one out now. So
pretty much, yeah.
It's a very difficult one to talk about because there's so much detail, character names.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess off the top of my head, a couple of things that we could go into a bit more detail about is, like, did you think the characters came across well? I mean, did you find the lead relatable, for example?
I guess it was a little bit odd. I don't know how old Caval was. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how old he was, but it seemed really odd for him. Casval, yeah. Considering he was like just squaring up to that that woman at one point, and I was like, what's going on here? Isn't he supposed to, like, I don't know if it's just because I'm expecting, like, because it's anime, I was expecting it to be like a 10-year-old squaring off against like a maybe 20-30-year-old woman. And she just
that's the Japanese dream, isn't it? That ever since you've been born, you're hard enough to like knock out anyone.
But yeah, when he was squaring up against them, but like, and I did enjoy like the fact that he seemed quite off with his dad, and then when his dad passed away, he was like, well, I'm the one that's got to lead this family. Which, like, fair enough, but for a 10-year, if he is 10 years old, I might be completely wrong here. But if he is 10 years old, then that seems like, nah, that's not. Friggin' kids are still kids at 10, like.
What are you on about? I'm wearing a tie at 8.
I don't mean that you're an adult.
Exactly.
It seemed odd, but and then like towards the end, where he was in like the head of that big tank mech thing.
Oh yeah, he can just murder people without even thinking about it.
All of a sudden he's this badass who can pilot a friggin' tank mech. I didn't really get that, but I don't know if that's maybe something to do with it's anime, so obviously, and I don't really know much about Gundam, so I don't know if that's something to do with some latent ability he has in his DNA or some shit. But
I don't think it does in this dude's case, but I might be wrong. But yeah, I mean, it always bothers me, that kind of thing about, the ease of killing in like anime and like TV
Yeah.
shows in general. I mean, like, this is a good example. I do all the grappling stuff. I've done a little bit of like the anime stuff, like very sparingly, and
Yeah.
it is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah,
The first time
I've
you get
watched
into a
few,
physical exchange in these kind of things, anyone who says that, oh yeah, I'm well hard, it didn't even scare me, they are lying. It is like the first time I mean, like a guy at your weight, Alex, no lie, the first time I ever did this kind of thing, absolutely battered me.
Yeah.
And it's a very daunting thing when, you put yourself in these situations. So imagine firing a gun in a massive robot.
Down some main street of some city. Like, where there's loads of people everywhere. Yeah, it seems really odd. It's like, I guess that's one thing I kind of like, I was like, what's going on here? But that's another thing, it's like, it's cool, I guess, when you're watching it, but when you think about it, it's like, no, probably, like, this kid's got something going on, which I don't know, like, and then obviously he came to his senses when his little sister shouted at him, which is another, seems to be another typical, like, anime thing.
Yeah, a trope.
But,
you never know, though. I mean, we don't actually know much in reality about Japanese culture, so we could go over to Japan one day and, like, a kid could, like, come up to us as a rifle and he'll be like, give me all your money, bang, bang, dead. And you're like, oh, bloody
shit.
hell.
Like, all right.
Crawling away like, oh, there's so badass over in Japan. Why have I come
What's going on? Why did I come over? I only wanted to go to the Pokemon Center.
It's like I've walked around London and it wasn't that bad, but over here it's terrible.
This is worse than getting into a grappling fight.
And everyone's hair's so well done.
And multicolored.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I am definitely going to keep watching this. It'll probably be another thing where I assume we'll probably do a podcast on like part 2 and things like that, just to keep our thoughts up to date and everything. I'm probably, like, it kind of made me a bit more curious about other series, but like like you said earlier, there's a lot of like different series, and I honestly would have not, like, I God knows which one it was, but a few years back I actually did try watching one of them, and they seemed to already have a lot of the characters set up, and I was like, what is going on here? Like,
they refresh a lot of the time. They refresh like the main lead characters, and then they have other characters that are in the world, but it still can be quite difficult to. I'm looking at the nailish.
I've just seen that.
But yeah, they use characters like Chai's in a lot of these titles. But if you wanted to like jump in at something else, and one that I mean, you like your romance stuff. There's no denying it. And Gundam 00 has that, and it's like its own storyline. It's not linked to any other universe. It's quite like, it starts off strong as well, like that kind of thing that I like, where they hit the ground running. It has that kind of vibe going on for it, and I do think that Gundam 00 is the one to suggest to people who might not be like convinced by the hardcore nature of the other titles.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like Code Geass in the fact that it's its own storyline, but it borrows ideas, like it has the Gundams, and they call them Gundams, but it's not necessarily a Gundam title in many ways, even though it is, obviously, but it's not part of that world, that universal timeline. They've just gone past that, funnily enough, with Reconquista G.
Yeah.
That's the timeline, like, I don't know, the After Christ timeline or whatever.
Right.
So I mean, that's pretty much all I've got on Gundam. I've done my monologue.
I've pretty much summed up my feelings on it as well. You got anything extra to add, George?
No, I mean, I think it is a good. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched any other of any shows from the Gundam series, but I feel this one's a good place to start. And I
Yeah.
know you was talking about the pacing, Jamie, has a bit slow, but I liked how it was slow because it allowed me to kind of just take everything in, and it didn't throw loads of things at me at once. So I wasn't too overwhelmed by it. I think it is a good starting point for people that do want to get into the series to watch.
I suppose that's a really good point. I've not thought about it from that
Yeah,
angle. Maybe that was the aim.
yeah, it's like when you was mentioning earlier that the manga goes into a lot more detail and stuff. I actually feel like they've condensed it pretty well. Like, for me, I'm thinking that was like a good 60 minutes that I sat there and watched, and I enjoyed watching every second of it. Whereas sometimes, like, I know you enjoy the whole detail and stuff of it, but I can imagine if I was reading that manga, I would probably get put off a little bit by it. So watching it in anime form has probably made me, like it a lot more than I would if I read it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably a great read, but that's just me. Like, I prefer titles more like blooming, like Blue Exorcist and stuff like that. When it comes to manga, because I can read them in like an hour and then like 30 minutes to an hour and be done with a volume.
Yeah. I mean, these volumes are ridiculously big, as I said before we came on. They're actually quite an anxious read because they're so sturdy. I am petrified of tearing the pages. I really am, and the glossy pages as well.
Really?
Like, yeah. I mean, on the back of the one I've got next to me, I paid £22 for one volume.
Gross.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like when I was saying earlier that I got the High School of the Dead full colour, they're like good 20-30 quid each as well. Like, luckily, like Amazon, the prices on Amazon, like vary a lot. Like, they can go from like tenner to like 40 quid, but I got it when it was like 15 quid, like for, each.
Sorry,
for 1 or 2.
How much did you waste on that again?
About 15 quid each. But it's like the whole thing with at the minute, like the Scott Pilgrim comics.
Yeah.
They're bringing them out in full colour, as I like to say, since it's don't have a U in it. But but they're like, you could buy the normal ones of them, like the normal comics in like black and white for 6-7 quid each, like the normal manga. And then the full colour versions are coming out at like twice, maybe 3 times the price sometimes, depending on where you buy them from. Which, don't get me wrong, they look awesome in colour, but it's another one of them things where you've got to like thingy where you get it from, and they're like hardback as well. So I really like them. The last one comes out in May, I think, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's called good business. Bit look of it. They know how to make money.
It really is, yeah. Well, it's like the whole thing with comics in it now. Like they bring comics out, and then they bring like volumes of the comics out.
Yeah.
And then they bring like volumes of the volumes out.
Yeah.
So it just gets thicker and thicker.
Oh, what do they call them usually? Like, deluxe edition seems to be popular.
Because it's like I got there was a point where I was collecting like the Adventure Time comics, and then I saw in like Waterstones they brought out like a collection of like chapters 1 to 10 in like not like in like paperback form. I was like, like I'd rather have that on my shelf than 10 comics. You know what I mean? Because I can then see the spine of it as well, and it looks nicer.
Yeah, I dare show you what my floor looks like. Those little comics you're on about right now, I've got a mosaic of Image comics all over my floor.
But yeah, I was actually like you recommended Saga, didn't you, quite a while back?
Yeah.
And I was looking at that as well, and I'm thinking I might buy that when I get paid on Friday, actually.
I'll sell it to you with a line from page 1. I've just picked it up. I have it right next to me. This is how an idea becomes real. Am I shitting? It feels like I'm shitting. That is the opening line.
Wow.
That's grabbed me. I'm gonna have to go and buy that right now.
Bit of a different pace for you, Alex. That.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I have heard a lot of good things about it, and if it's interesting, I'll read it. That's
I do
what
genuinely think you'll like it. I mean, you're into your Game of Thrones. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you probably like Star Wars.
Yeah. I'm not a biggest fan. Like, I think it maybe if I was like the thing with Star Wars, like I feel like that's more swayed to like be more like an older audience now, if you know what I mean, like people who are older, because that came out when, like, I think the first 3 films had already been out when I was born, so it's like I enjoy it, but I'm not, you know, biggest fan as what some people are. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna buy them. But, do you wanna? Is that everything for that? Could talk about some of the news that I'm probably gonna cover in the next couple of days in my anime, manga, and game news. But whatever.
I mean, it's up to you if you wanna fire off some news ideas. Or...
Yeah, well, let's get the page open. Buddy, where is it?
I've only got 8 minutes left, though, roughly.
You've got 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah, roughly.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's alright, because I want to get some sleep in before I go to work. So, yeah, North American anime distributor Sentai Filmworks, who have recently partnered up with Animatsu Entertainment, who are the new company, which two of the guys
from the corpse of Manga UK.
Yeah, pretty much. So, 2 guys who seem to be 2 of the main guys at Manga UK left and created their own company, Animatsu Entertainment, and they partnered up with Sentai Filmworks, and Sentai Filmworks announced on Friday that they have licensed Parasite and Maxim for North America, South America, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, which is pretty big news. The anime is currently airing on Crunchyroll, and is it the 24-episode series? Is it finished now?
Yeah. No,
it's got like 3 episodes
3
left.
episodes left.
So yeah, it's got 3 episodes left, and like obviously since Sentai Filmworks have announced that it's going to be coming out in the UK pretty much, and Animatsu have a partnership with them, it's pretty much guaranteed that Animatsu are probably going to release it, which is pretty good news, because I'm looking forward to this, and I really hope it comes out on Blu-ray, because it's an anime which is really good. Like, I really want to buy the manga for this, but they are
Which
really
title is this again, sorry?
find. Parasite.
Yeah. I mean, that came out in, what, 87 or something?
Yeah, apparently,
They're planning a reprint for it, I think.
I really hope they do, because I
So
really
hopefully they'll go ahead with that, because it's definitely
88, sorry.
I want to pick
88.
up.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the best examples that all those titles that, you know, we all like and we all wish that they'd get made, you know, if this can get made so long after. It's like, for me, the most... Go on, sorry?
Sorry, even if it comes out next year or later this year, like, I'm willing to wait for it. It's one of them where I'd rather, I know they're going to bring it out in parts, and I would rather just have it in one full part for like 40, 50 quid, but that won't happen.
There's money to be made.
But, yeah.
That's the thing. Everyone
they
has to make the money, don't they, really?
Yeah.
They might be releasing it in one full collection, because I think I read that in Japan they're actually doing it one big box set for the whole series,
really?
Which is really strange for Japan.
Yeah, that is odd,
I'm pretty sure I did read about that a while ago. So, I mean, if they do go ahead with that in Japan, then the chances are they probably will do that over here as well.
Yeah.
I suppose there's a precedent for it. Didn't they do the same with Psycho Pass over here recently, I believe?
Yeah, well, that was going to originally be in, like, 2 parts, and then I don't know if it was something to do with the production of it or the cost, but they, like, Manga Entertainment turned around and was like, no, it's going to be, like, double the price, but it's going to be, like, the full collection of it, which, to be fair, isn't that bad, but when they was asking 60 quid for it, it's like, no, if you make it 40, people will buy it. You can't just do that. Like, I know it's a really good anime, but... And this was, like, a good year or so after the anime had actually come out, so it wasn't as if there was doing us a favour, and, like, I can understand when they bring it out so soon, like, and if it'd be 60 quid, you know what I mean? But when it was a year after, it's like, no, if people want to watch it, like, I mean, it's even on Netflix now, which is great, because it, like, a lot of my friends who had watched some anime before, but not really, delved that far into it. Have like when I've seen them recently, I've been like, oh yeah, I watch, because obviously they know I like it and stuff, because of stuff that I post on Facebook and Twitter and everything. But like when I've talked to them, there's like, oh yeah, I like watched so and so on Netflix the other day. It's really good, and I was like, oh awesome, like, and I can have a conversation with them. It's like I was talking about Psychopaths the other week with one of my friends who I don't see that often, and I was like talking to him about it. It's like, because it's kind of like a sci-fi, like NCIS or CSI, something like that, in it. It's really, if you've ever watched it, it's really good, like, and I really highly rate Psychopaths.
I didn't personally get into it, but I have heard good things, and a lot of people did like it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm struggling at the moment. The entire field of anime, like manga. I've never been reading as much manga. You know, like I read more manga now than I ever have. But
See,
like
I
anime,
don't know, it's a bit odd with me, because I went through a stage of reading loads of manga, and now like I had that manga box app on my phone, and I've just stopped. There's some pretty decent titles on that, like, but I think the whole fact that I've got to wait certain days every week to read like the next chapter, like, I don't like that. If it came out like Jump does, like like you get a new volume every Monday and you can just sit and read for it, I'd rather do that than having to keep going on it every single day to read a new chapter for something. Like, that just seems like effort to me. And I can understand why they do it, to get people on the app and stuff, but I feel like Jump's a better format for that. And like the good thing about Jump is I can get through it in about an hour. So like when I'm sat at my break at work, like I'll download it before I go to work and just sit and read it on my break, which is good.
Jump are taking a fair few little risks at the moment, aren't they? I mean, they seem to be, obviously with Naruto ending, they have a massive
doing a lot
void.
Of jump starts, aren't they?
Well. I mean, I can see that they're trying the best to create new audience. Not new audience, but they're trying to appease the Naruto fans. I think that's what the aim is here. Because you have to. I mean, it's such. You have to imagine so many people are buying Jump just for Naruto. That bloody. When it comes to, I know what you're on about with. Like, manga's difficult sometimes especially when it's stuff that hasn't come out in England. That's or English, sorry. Like my favourite manga at the moment is all around a Maguru, the MMA one.
Is that the one that's in Jump, or is that a different one?
No, that'll never be in Shonen Jump, because it's I just don't think it'd fit. It's too grounded in realism.
A new like fighting one just started as a Jump start.
One that called Black Satellite, I believe.
I'm not sure. Let me have a look.
What's that about? Is that like? Is it sci-fi fighting, or is it like fighting?
Let me get it up. Ultra Battle Satellite. Yeah.
The other thing as well is like, it's so inconsistent sometimes as well. Like, I've been waiting 2 months now for Knights of Sidonia 13.
Yeah.
It's difficult with manga.
It seems like it's like a weird MMA like style thing.
Ooh.
With kids.
Wow!
You
just made that sound really weird, like child fighting.
Well, kids in terms of Japanese like manga and stuff. Well.
Oh, you mean so they're super intelligent?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
it's
I'm
okay
not gonna lie.
Japanese.
These kids are probably gonna be like 14. You know what I mean? It's. But yeah.
There we go.
Quite a lot of stuff in Jump last week. Like, you had a couple of Jump starts. So you had Ultra Battle Satellite. Then you had One Piece, Shokugeki no Soma, which Food Wars, Nisekoi, Bleach, My Hero Academia, which is one of the new titles that they subbed in for I assume Naruto, really. Black Clover, which is a Jump start, which I actually quite enjoy in that. Cyborg Rogi, World Trigger, Gakyu Hotai, which is another one which won like a Jump start battle a couple of months back. Torika, One Punch Man, and Boys Over Flowers, which is a jumpstart, which probably won't get in because it's not. It's a bit more like romancy, and I read the first chapter and didn't like it at all. So...
One Punch Man is. I've read 2 volumes of that, and that's a fun title. That
yeah, I
fun,
really enjoy that.
shonen
Yeah,
title.
it does.
Now,
Yeah, it got an anime. Yeah, it was announced that it's getting an anime, so I'm looking forward to
That's
that.
brilliant.
I don't know how it's gonna work because it pretty much, like, it seems really odd because if you read Jesus Christ, One Punch Man, like a lot of the chapters are just artwork, and then he'll punch an enemy, beat it, and then the rest of it is just artwork of the wake of what's happening, like, which is great, and it's amazing that he can do that, but like how is that going to hold up in anime form? Like, is it just going to be like literally he punches an enemy and then like 20 minutes of like in the first minute that happens, and the last 19 minutes are just
We'll just change title to like 20 Punch Man.
Yeah,
He can kill anyone in 20 punches.
That's a really good, like, the latest chapter of that was quite funny.
I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna get back on with that. Anyway, guys, I have got to shoot off now. If that is okay.
Yeah, sure. We'll wrap it up there. So, yeah. Are you guys free this Thursday? Thursday the 13th. No, that's a Friday. Thursday the 12th.
So
if we set a time for 8 p.m. because I'm staying at work till a bit later in the morning, so I'm probably gonna need a bit of sleep before I do this. But if you guys are free at 8 p.m, we will be talking about Kuroko no Basuke and how that's transitioned and from like season 1 through to season 3, I guess.
That's good because actually, season 2 is probably my favorite season, so we're including that in. That is awesome.
Same at the minute.
Yeah.
We may as well just do a run through of all of it because we'll probably talk about it for like half an hour, maybe a bit less, and then get on to other stuff like we usually do anyway. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Alex. You can find me on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube right now at youtube.com/AlexDTans, or on Twitter at AlexDTans, or on Facebook I think it's ADTans, facebook.com/ADTans. Yeah, it is. So where can we find you, George and Jamie? Who wants to go first?
Go on, George.
Well, it's just on Twitter, really, at Infamous Villain, that's it, really. I am planning to start my YouTube channel this week, actually, so maybe by Thursday I will have that going, hopefully.
I need to start doing more stuff on my YouTube channel. I've literally all been posting or unboxing videos. I need to get gaming stuff back into it. I'm finding
they are actually very popular at the moment, Mo.
I seem to be doing a lot better. Like, I'm getting a good solid 30 views, which is a lot from what I was getting. Episode 103 this week, friggin' another week, and I've been doing it for 2 years. That's pretty big.
Very nice.
I'm also looking on doing a competition next week. Ooh. So I've got because my friend bought me the One Piece box collection of manga. I have the first 4 volumes of manga, which I don't need anymore. So I am probably gonna give away the first 4 volumes of One Piece manga in it, so I'll have to think of a competition on that.
Very nice.
That just sounds like clickbait right there as well, but I don't care if I'm going to get a few more views because of it. Why not? So yeah, where can we find you, Jamie?
Just be honest about it.
Advertise like shameless whores.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at JamieMe Writes on pretty much everything, and you can visit my new and improved website, JamieMe.com, to check out some of my little webcomics that I've been doing, where it's basically me mocking things. Who'd have thought? And I'm starting, I guess the run up towards creating my own comic, and if it's all right with you guys, I'd just like to read out the synopsis and see what you guys think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought that would be a nice little way to end it. Let me find
it's a shame, guys. Jamie's got to go now.
I do deserve that, so I will take that one on the chin. Collect my things and go. 1 second, bloody.
Sorry.
find the post.
Do you want me to put the "Be Right Back" splash screen up?
No,
are you
I'm sorted now. Right, here we are. The synopsis is, the title is Queen, and the synopsis is, the Prime Minister is dead, his blood is still warm, Emily Green is in the room, and a handgun is on the table in front of them. How did the top two figures in UK politics end up here? The British public are dying to find out.
Sounds interesting.
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah. So is that going to be a Kickstarter then?
Yeah, it's going to Kickstarter. I've got the artist, I've got the colorist, I'm the writer, I'm doing the lettering as well. We've got a very worldwide, it's a worldwide team. We've got Indonesia, we've got Britain, America, where else? Sorry, Philippines, sorry. I nearly forgot the flatter there. Apologies. But yeah, I mean, it's the guy that's doing the artwork as well is absolutely incredible. It's really quite awesome that so early on in my writing career, you know, I get to work with such talented people, and yeah, it is a shit scary process in all fairness.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you mentioned they were on our Facebook message, didn't you? Like, you're probably gonna have to like drop out of some of them. Because you're going to be working your ass off on the Kickstarter in the next couple of weeks.
It does depend. I mean, I might be able to get... I mean, didn't you say that we're every 2 weeks now?
Yeah, we're going to do it every 2 weeks. I don't know if there's... Like, what I'll do is I'll set... Because we've got our Facebook message now, I'll set it up so we'll do it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Starting from... Like, this Thursday is probably... Because we missed out on last Thursday, because we had to push it back, what I'll do is... we'll start it from this Thursday. So this Thursday onwards, it's gonna be every 2 weeks, and we'll say what we're gonna we'll agree on what we're gonna watch or read.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks at the end of each episode, and then that gives us 2 weeks to watch it. And then if we haven't watched it, we've got no excuse or read it. So
yeah. Well, we should not this week, but the week after we should think about doing a spring preview episode.
Yeah, I
think the new season will be starting around that time.
Yeah.
So
that sounds like a really good idea.
I'll probably watch. Well, I actually, other than Sarah for the End, I don't and Shogeki no Soma, I don't know what other anime is coming out, and this season was a bit like that as well. Like, other than like Durarara and Assassination Classroom and stuff like that, I wanted to watch, but yeah, I'm totally cool doing a rundown of stuff that we've watched in the new season when that starts. That's probably better off doing it about a week after, or two after it started though, just so we can watch a few episodes.
Yeah.
So
Seraph of the End is gonna be a big theme, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna steal the spotlight, I think, for that season.
Yeah.
I really hope it does, especially since they've got Studio Wit doing the producing it, and their art style, especially for like Attack on Titan, was really good.
I've said all along that it's the next Attack on Titan in terms of what it'll do financially and the effect that it'll have, you know, on the anime world.
I really hope it is.
Yeah. It's got all the signs for it. It does depend on how it's received, because, like, I mean, does it catch on as hot as Attack on Titan?
That's something that you've got to think about when you...
'Cause there has to be something that made Attack on Titan more special.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
I get what you mean, like the whole like the rollout of it, I guess, seems to come from nowhere. Like, he was getting people who I didn't even know were even bothered about anime. I was like, oh, watch Attack on Titan. I was like, what, really?
I'm pretty sure I read that the author, Jump, wouldn't even have him in the thing, apparently. Yeah.
Jesus.
I think that, if I remember correctly, they wanted him to water it down. If I remember, someone wanted him to water it down, and he refused. And
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, awesome. So that's
that's this week's podcast. Thank you for watching.
So
guess we'll see you next Thursday. On this Thursday coming up, we're going to talk about
Kuruko. I'll catch you with that now. Sasuke! No, joking. Anyway, thanks guys for having me, and I can't wait. I can't wait for the Kuruko stuff. It's going to be awesome.
It should be a good one.
Yeah,
We'll
it'll
probably
be a
able
good
to.
one.
Hopefully, my internet will sort itself out by then.
Yeah.
We ain't had any problems for the last half an hour, I guess. So.
Yeah, and thanks everyone who's joined in on the chat as well. So
Yeah,
that's been
cheers.
pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you guys.
That's been awesome.
I'll have to.
Send over what you actually thought of the podcast as well. If there's anything you want to improve on, do you want me to talk less? Anything, just tweet it to one of us.
I'm really curious about that as well. Like, I like to get feedback. Like, I don't really get that much feedback on my videos, but the stuff that I do, it's always appreciated because, like, one of my friends like said to me, "Yeah, your episodes are a little bit long," so I try and not rush them, but condense them down. Like, so I try and make them about 5 minutes so people can just quickly watch them and get on with their lives.
It's the lack of muscle density that offends me.
Sorry. I'm gonna have to start going to the gym, aren't I?
Yes.
Might just start doing push-ups in my room. Is that good enough?
Well, you'll probably get to 5 with your arms, but yeah, sure. Go for it.
Alright then. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And we'll
There we go, end with a bit of bullying. Thank you for watching.
See you in the next one.
See you
Bye.
guys.